Let's go over writer and director Rian Johnson and his new Star Wars trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, the future of this franchise is very expansive. We have the D&D trilogy, a handful of anthology films, as well as both live action and animated TV series in the works. And we also have the Rian Johnson trilogy, which is something of a controversial thing that a lot of people are talking about right now because of all of the responses that The Last Jedi got, the backlash that it received based on a lot of decisions that were implemented in the movie by both Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, in which she approved. So, looking at everything that has happened with The Last Jedi and the Star Wars community, I've noticed that a lot of people just don't want to see this new Star Wars trilogy happen, at least, you know, at the helm of Rian Johnson. Now, looking at what Rian Johnson had to say about his new Star Wars trilogy, when questioned about where he sees it fitting within the Star Wars franchise, Johnson had this to say. Well, I don't know. That's kind of the exciting thing about it. My entire pitch to Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and Disney was, well, let's tell a new Star Wars story. Let's tell one story over 3 movies, where we go new places and meet new people. It's a brand new story that feels like a great Star Wars story. That was the extent of it. I didn't pitch an idea or a time or anything like that. It was just bright blue sky to tell a new story in, and they were so excited about it. Honestly, I've been on releasing this movie, so I'm just starting to form clusters of ideas for the trilogy. But really the most exciting thing right now is the potential of it. Now, when they were also questioning him about, you know, what he thinks about, you know, people directing the movies and him writing the movies, this is what he had to say. Hell yes, yeah, I'm thinking about that, absolutely. I know I'm going to write and direct the first one. I know I'm going to come up with the story of the entire trilogy. Beyond that, I just don't know yet. We're still figuring out how this is going to go. But all of those things you just listed are very much on my mind right now. So, the thing that I really found very interesting about Rian Johnson's statement in the beginning there is how when he was pitching this whole entire idea to Kathy Kennedy and Disney, Lucasfilm, etc., is that he didn't really give them a time in which that this Star Wars trilogy will be placed. Now, this is also fitting with the big rumor that his new trilogy will be traveling to a brand new galaxy. This way, Rian Johnson can just do whatever he wants and essentially tell a story on a blank canvas, as he has expressed before in the past. Now, if that actually comes into fruition, if that does in fact end up to be true, that we are going to a new galaxy, that is something that I honestly disagree with. I feel like that we should just stay in the galaxy that we all know and love, a galaxy far, far away, the one that actually is home of the Skywalker family and all the other characters that we know of. Where, you know, I think that Rian Johnson, I'm not quite sure what he's doing with this trilogy. Specifically, we do know that the producer Ram Bergman, he actually stated not too long ago that we could expect to see the first movie in or around 2 years. Now, me personally, I think it's going to be way more than 2. I think it'll be more around the lines of 3 to 3.5 years from now, because they haven't even started the script yet, and it is a very hard script to develop because this is something entirely new that's actually not attached to any places that we know of, no characters that we know of, and no eras that we really know of, apparently. It's going to be a brand new thing by Rian Johnson. And this leads us to Kathleen Kennedy. Now, we've seen what happened with the Solo: A Star Wars Story box office and the amount of money that she cost both Disney and Lucasfilm because of trusting the original 2 directors, Lord and Miller, for the Han Solo film, and then firing them only at the very end of principal photography when the film was just about done, just before wrapping. And they had to reshoot 80% of the film with Ron Howard, costing them hundreds of millions of dollars apparently, and they also spent a lot of money in marketing, and that's why they lost a lot of money. As of right now, I mean, globally speaking, the box office for Solo sits at $320 million, I believe it is. That's not too great in comparison to Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and The Force Awakens. So, let me know what you guys think about Rian Johnson's new trilogy. I mean, I will say, honestly here, I will say that D&D's trilogy is something that I'm really looking forward to. I think that they're really going to pull something off great. I think that they're going to go to the Old Republic, especially since they love, you know, their medieval tones and everything. And if you look at the Old Republic, it does have that medieval tone to it, right? A more primitive take on a Star Wars era. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, from night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.